Worcester Bravehearts. It is a picture-perfect night for baseball here in Bristol, Connecticut at historic Muzzy Field. On the bump for the Bristol Blues today is number 22 from Babson College, Teddy Carey. He'll be facing this Worcester Bravehearts lineup. Batting first, the shortstop, Tom Walraven. Batting second, the second baseman, Raphael Borngal. Batting third, the third baseman, John Friday. In the cleanup spot today, the designated hitter, Mike Cogshall. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Matt Rothenberg. Batting sixth, in right field, Joe Keiko. Batting seventh, playing center field, Joe Mercandante. And behind the dish, hitting eighth today for the Bravehearts, the catcher, Nick Berry. And rounding out the lineup for the visitors will be the left fielder, Austin Lone Star. Teddy Carey on the bump for the Blues today. He's been a workhorse, making 3 starts, leading the Bristol Blues to 2 victories out of those 3 starts. He is 0-1 on the season for his own personal record. In his last start, he threw 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits with 8 Ks. The Blues did beat the Martha's Vineyard Sharks on that June 15th evening, 5-4. Teddy features a lot of fastballs and does have a great out pitch, that is the slider. Great command with the slider, Teddy Carey does have. Majority a 2-pitch pitcher. He will mix in changeups here and there. Defensively, behind Carey today at first base, Andrew Kendrick. At second, number 17, Nick Conti. Playing short, Tyler Roberts. And at third base, Austin Chauvin. As we go around the horn in the outfield, we'll start in right field with Liam Scaffarillo. Lorenzo Arcuri in center, and Frankie Gregoire, your Bristol Blues left fielder tonight. Carey kicks up into the motion, delivers a first pitch fastball. Misses the strike zone 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is shot on the ground, a couple of hops to Nick Conti. He fields it cleanly, makes the throw to first, 1 up and 1 down. Walraven goes down 4-3 for those of you scoring this one at home. Now batting, the second baseman, Raphael Borngal. Rafi, a 6 foot, 175 senior to be at Belmont. He's first pitch swinging, lifts it high, up off the screening behind home plate. It'll carry him back into play. Foul ball, 0-1. Carey gets ready to work. He works quickly. Does the righty from Upton, Mass. He now takes his time, drops the hands into the motion. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball, catches the outer third, up with the right arm, goes the home plate umpire. It's quickly 0-2. Carey with that slider there, dips beneath the bat of Borngal. He goes down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Teddy Carey. 2 up and 2 down in the top of the first inning. Now batting for the Bravehearts, number 3, John Friday. First pitch to Friday, and on the hands it'll be lifted into center field. Charging hard is Arcuri. He will lay up, and that will bounce in front of him. A 2-out bleeder into center field gives Worcester their first base runner of the day and their first base hit of the day. 2 outs in the first inning. John Friday with a base knock. Now batting for Worcester, the designated hitter, Mike Cogshall. Cogshall hitting .370 on the season, already with 4 doubles and a home run. Very, very hot start for the designated hitter, number 9, Cogshall. Worcester, the visitors tonight, sporting their gray pants with blue tops, white stripe down the side, and Worcester scripted in white across the chest. Small white numbers on the front and a big white one on the back with their names plastered shoulder to shoulder. Cogshall, the DH, stands in and takes a first pitch fastball that misses the strike zone 1-0. Carey's first time working out of the stretch. Leaves the first 2 pitches up out of the zone. It's quickly 2-0. Teddy taking a deep breath to gather himself here. Checks over at first base, now comes set at the numbers. The 2-0 pitch is hammered in foul territory, and it might have got a spectator. Everybody in the stands staring and standing, hoping everything is okay. It got somebody, and we are going to take a brief pause as we go down to check out to make sure everyone is okay. Scary moment there is Mike Cockshall got a 2-0 fastball outside. He lifted it down the line. It was a line shot that hit a spectator in the head. Medical staff and staff of the Bristol Blues go down to check him out. It seems like he will be okay. No need to call for the ambulance or medical staff as of right now, but a very scary moment here at Muzzy Field early on. A 2-0 fastball is laced down the third baseline, hooking into foul territory, and nailed a spectator in the head. As we wait for clearance, it looks like the players are getting ready to head back to their respective positions and continue this ball game, but right now our thoughts and prayers with the guy that just got nailed with that line shot down the line. As we get ready for action, Teddy Carey warms up, gets a couple of extra pitches to find the right keyhole, the right arm slot out of the stretch. First two pitches were fastballs that missed up and out of the strike zone. Second one was a little bit low. Cockshall decided to swing at it anyways, and that's what caused the delay here at Muzzy Field. So when we get back to action, Mike Cockshall against Teddy Carey will do battle. 2 balls and 1 strike. A man on first base is John Friday, who delivered a 2-out base knock in the first inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. No score here at Muzzy Field early on. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carey now comes set. 2-1 pitch is a fastball missing up and outside. The count now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Carey now comes set at the Blues, scripted across the chest. Well located fastball there, right at the knees on the outer third. Count now full. Chauvin 3 steps behind the bag here at third. Middle of the infield, pinched up the middle and back. This one will be a hard hit ground ball through the middle of the infield and past a diving shortstop Tyler Roberts. Cockshall picks up yet another base knock to continue his hot streak early on in this season, hitting .370 through 46 ABs. So Worcester has something brewing here with 2 outs. Back-to-back base hits by John Friday and Mike Cockshall put men on first and second for Matt Rothenberg. Rothenberg sporting some high blue socks today as he wiggles in the back of the right-handed batter's box. First pitch swing, and he shatters the bat in 2. It'll splinter out past the mound. New piece of firewood for the Worcester Bravehearts as Matt Rothenberg shatters the bat on that first pitch. He retreats back to the dugout, picks out a new twig, and returns to the right-handed batter's box as he's down on the count. 0-1, Teddy Carey on the hill for the Bristol Blues tonight. 2 on, 2 outs for Rothenberg. Carey looks in, gets the sign from Villa, his battery mate tonight. Kicks up and delivers. Slider misses, low and outside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to the 5-hole hitter for the Bravehearts today, Matt Rothenberg. The 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. Rothenberg hitting .211 on the season, just over the Mendoza line. Carey kicks up the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Two-seam fastball by Teddy Carey. Started down the middle of the plate. Veered in toward the hands. Check swing. Doesn't matter. Called the strike anyways. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 22, Teddy Carey on the bump. And Worcester's got 2 hits in the first inning. That, my friends, is Deuces Wild. And the 2-2 pitch is lifted foul. Out of play down Muzzy Street. Count will remain 2-2. Tom Walraven led this ball game off for Worcester, grounded out to the second baseman, Nick Conti. Then Rafael Borngal went down swinging. And that brings us to where we're at now. 2-2 pitch lifted in the air. Liam Scaffarello with a good beat on that one. Makes a fine running grab going back to right center field. Worcester threatens but does not score in the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first, deadlocked 0-0. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Bottom of the first inning from historic Muzzy Field on the hill today for the visitors. Mercandante. Nope, check that. Frankie Moscatello on the bump for the Worcester Bravehearts tonight. The lineup for your hometown Bristol Blues. Batting first, the second baseman, Nick Conti. Batting second, the DH, Zach Scott. Batting third, the third baseman, Austin Chauvin. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Liam Scaffarello. Batting fifth, Andrew Kendrick. In left field, batting sixth, Frankie Gregoire. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Hitting eighth today for the Blues, Chris Villa. And rounding out the lineup for the Bristol Blues tonight will be number 29, Lorenzo Arcuri. They'll be facing the right-handed offerings of Frankie Moscatello. Frankie started a game for Worcester. He's pitched in 2. He's gone 10 innings, yet to surrender a run this season. Hard-throwing righty hums in a fastball here. Conti taking all the way to start this ball game off. He's now down on the count, 0-1. Moscatello deliberately gets into the motion. This fastball misses low, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Frankie working that first base side of the rubber. Conti awaits another fastball. Swings at it, lifts it in the air behind home plate. Caroms off the screen and back into play, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes here to Conti. Gets a fastball up and in. He turns out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Conti at the back of that right-handed batter's box. The Eckerd College second baseman made his way up north to Bristol, Connecticut, having himself a fine season. Conti hitting .293 on the young 2016 campaign. He gets a full count and draws a walk because that fastball misses too far up in the strike zone. Moscatello walks the leadoff man, and that'll bring up Zach Scott. Scott, the Blues DH tonight, also plays a little bit of second base on his way to St. Leo next season. Pickoff move to first. Nothing doing as Conti's back there, sliding headfirst safely. Middle of the infield pinched into double play depth. Your double play combination for the Bravehearts tonight, Tom Walraven and Rafael Borngal. Scott takes a first pitch fastball. Called a strike, 0-1. Another pickoff move to first. This one right on the back. Pretty good move there by Frankie Moscatello. Nothing doing, though. Pickoff's a little bit too early. Conti slides back in safely once again. Moscatello missing up yet again. 2 balls and no strikes. And the catcher for the Bravehearts, Nick Berry, out to have a brief conversation with the right-handed arm from St. Thomas Aquinas early on in this ballgame. Worcester, first place in the FCBL Western Division. The Blues a game and a half behind. This is a big game for the Bristol Blues. Do not want to fall 2.5 behind the Worcester Bravehearts with an extra game in hand. Scott, the DH, with a fairly open stance, wide base. Conti extends the lead right to the cut of the grass at first base. Zach gets a 2-0 fastball he likes, but comes up empty. It's 2-1. Moscatello sets at the belt buckle. Now will deliver a slide step fastball into Zach Scott that he swings at, lifts it high, up, and out of play, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch to Scott has to wait as there's a pickoff move once again to first base. Moscatello keeping a very close eye on Nick Conti. Now Zach gets a fastball he likes on the outer third, lifts it down the left field line, hooking into foul territory. But making the grab in foul ground will be Austin Lone Star. Moscatello records the first out of this ball game for himself on a fly out off the bat of Zach Scott. Now batting for the Blues, the third baseman, number 26, Austin Chauvin. Hitting .423 in 6 games for the Blues. He'll report to the back of the right-handed batter's box. Very upright stance for Austin. Gets the foot down and takes a first pitch fastball. Catches the outside corner. Called a strike, 0-1. Beautiful day for baseball. 77 degrees at first pitch here at Muzzy Field. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball that misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck for the Bristol Blues is number 33, Liam Scaffariello. Scaff hitting .364 on the season. And the 1-1, a fastball up in the zone once again. Moscatello unable to locate that fastball down here early on in this baseball game. It's hitters in the league, Austin Chauvin. Austin takes this 2-1 fastball up and inside. Count now 3-1. Moscatello really struggling to find the zone early on. Pickoff move once again. Back to first base. Conti back in there safely. 3 balls and 1 strike. The count will stay. .3-1 pitch, fastball. Middle away, up with the right arm goes the home plate umpire. Count now full, 3-2. A lot of pitches being thrown early on here by Worcester. Conti extends the lead about a half a step. He gets that back foot to the cut of the grass, and he is off with the pitch. Chauvin grounds the 3-2 pitch into foul territory. Three balls and 2 strikes, the count to the Blues third baseman from St. Mary's College, Austin Chauvin. Frankie comes set and slides into the motion. Fastball, top of the zone. And Austin Chauvin will go down swinging in his first at-bat of the ball game. Due up for the Blues, the right fielder, Liam Scaffarello. To end the first inning, Liam made a pretty good grab on a line shot to the right center field gap. Got a good beat on it and was able to throw the glove up there. The last 2 men on with 2 outs. And Scaff made a great grab to end the inning. Right here, Liam takes the first pitch fastball. Just a little bit over the knees, 0-1. And the 0-1. Fastball up and in, ties Liam up. He's now down on the count, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Moscatello has this AB right where he wants it. He whistles in a fastball to Liam. He nicks it off the end of the bat and cues it down the third base line. It'll skip into foul territory. No balls and 2 strikes. Still the count for big Liam Scaffarello. Scaff, a Southington, Connecticut native, just down the road south here of Bristol. Infield for the visitors, John Friday at third, Tom Walraven the shortstop, Rafael Borngal at second. Runner is off with the pitch, and Conti will advance around second and head into third base, standing up as this curveball bounced a good 53 feet away from the mound, up and over the head of the catcher, Nick Berry. Conti steals second and gets third on the air. The wild pitch from the pitcher, Frankie Moscatello. So man on third, 2 outs. Both teams threaten here in the first inning. Let's see if the Blues can draw first blood. Moscatello comes set, and the 1-2 pitch is a fastball that freezes Liam on the inside corner. He will go down looking. Blues threaten but do not score here in the first. This is Bristol Blues baseball in the top of the second inning. Coming up next. Inning, but did not score. The Blues got a leadoff walk, advancing to third base. However, Liam Scaffarello's strikeout ended the threat. We're in the top of the second inning. Bristol Blues tied 0-0 with the first place Worcester Bravehearts. Leading off for Worcester here in the second inning, the left-handed hitting right fielder, Joe Keiko. The lefty will dig in, clear out the batter's box just the way he likes it for getting into some action against Teddy Carey. Carey's first pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. And the 1-0 count quickly evened up 1-1. Teddy Carey working real quick here in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball left up and out of the zone before a hard ground ball diving play by Andrew Kendrick. He will get up and flip it underhand to Teddy Carey. Good play there by Andrew Kendrick, stealing a base knock away from Joe Keiko. Diving play there towards second base by Andrew Kendrick. He gets up off the belly, flips it underhand to Teddy Carey. Good work with the PFPs there. Manager Pat Riley's got to be proud of that one. Former pitcher at Castleton State, Blue skipper Pat Riley. First pitch swinging for Lone Star. He'll lift a line shot just past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Nick Conti. A one-out base knock for Joe Mercandante. Nick Berry, the catcher, from UMass Lowell, the batter. Mercandante attacked the first pitch fastball and shot it right past the second baseman, Nick Conti. Man on first, one out, middle of the infield in double play depth. A great DP combination for Bristol today, Roberts and Conti. First pitch out of the stretch once again for Teddy Carey, misses up in the strike zone. It is 1-0. Carey checks first, now comes set at the Blues lettering scripted across the chest. He will kick into the motion and deliver a fastball, picture perfect inside corner, called the strike, 1-1. Carey now comes sets. Hums in a fastball that is blocked there by Villa, 2-1. Nick Berry hitting .222 on the season. He's caught in 8 games for Worcester and recorded 27 at-bats. Runner is off. Villa gets the throw down to second in time, and they cut him down stealing. Good throw there by Chris Villa. Cuts down the center fielder, Joe Mercandante, on the stealing attempt. Villa with an absolute hose behind the dish. Cuts down another one. So 2 up and 2 down here in the second inning. Worcester trying to create some offense. And then Ryan Berry grounds one up the middle. Backhand play there by Nick Conti. Fires it over to first base, but not in time. Infield single for Nick Berry, the catcher for the Bravehearts. Second base hit in the inning for Worcester, but the only man on base as Joe Mercandante was cut down stealing by Chris Villa. Austin Lone Star. Oh, nope. Must have been a late lineup change. The lineup I had taken a picture of during batting practice had Mercandante in the 7 hole. It turns out he's now hitting in the 9 hole, and that must have been Austin Lone Star in the 7th hole. The good old FCBL, can't give you the right lineup half an hour before the game. They change it up right as first pitch is underway. So for those of you scoring this one back at home, Joe Mercandante hitting 9, the center fielder, and Austin Lone Star in the 7th spot, who was cut down stealing. Teddy Carey now comes set, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is a changeup, in on the hand, swung over it there, did Mercandante. Carey picks up his second strikeout in as many innings. Worcester goes down here, and the Blues to bat in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Bristol in search of their first base knock of the game. This is Bristol Blues baseball, bottom of the second, coming up next. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Bristol Blues is number 28, Andrew Kendrick. Kendrick takes the first pitch breaker up out of the strike zone, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is a fastball. Unable to square it up there is Kendrick. It's 1-1. Kendrick plays his college baseball at Youngstown State. Teammate of former Bristol Blue, Jared Rowan. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball that bounces in there. Good pickup there by Ryan Berry. 2-1. Frankie Moscatello working that first base side of the rubber in his highlighter spikes tonight. Haven't seen anything like that yet this season. Frankie with a style of his own out there on the bump. Works that first base side of the rubber and kicks up into the motion. 2-1 pitch, yet another fastball, and yet another ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to the Blues' first baseman, number 28, Andrew Kendrick. Kendrick takes the 3-1 pitch, called the strike. He thought it might have been a little bit low. You can tell by the supposed grin on his face as he turns back to the home plate umpire, shrugging his shoulders. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Kendrick. 3-2 pitch is a fastball. At the letters, across the chest, he swings at it, fouls it into the glove of Berry. 3rd strikeout through 1 1/3 for Frankie Moscatello. And the batter now for Bristol, Frankie Gregoire. So a battle of the Frankies here at Muzzy Field tonight. Gregoire against Moscatello. Gregoire swings at a first pitch fastball, lifts it high, up and down the street, and that one got a car real well. Fans all scattering to go check it out to see the damage that has been done. No balls and 1 strike to Gregoire. He shoots one up the middle, past the outstretched glove of Rafael Borngal. The Blues pick up their first hit of the evening, coming here with 1 out in the second inning. Frankie Gregoire, a 2-hop single through the middle. Tyler Roberts now the batter for the Bristol Blues. Moscatello surrenders his first base hit. Now working from the stretch once again. He walked the leadoff man in this ballgame, Nick Conti. Tyler Roberts, the shortstop, batting for the Blues. Takes a first pitch fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Roberts had a phenomenal year, hitting .320 for Augusta State. Coming up to the Bristol Blues and hasn't skipped a beat. .358 on the young campaign. We're 19 games in it, and Roberts among the league leaders in average. Tomahawks had a fastball there. Chopping wood was Tyler Roberts. Unable to come up with any contact, though. Now down in the count, 0-2. Middle of the infield in double play depth. Yesterday, Tyler grounded out into 2 DP balls. One a 4.63 and the other a grounder to third, which turned into a double play ball. That doesn't happen very often for Tyler, so we won't look to see that in the near future, that's for sure. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count after that slider misses low and away. Pickoff move to first. Moscatello keeps Gregoire tight to the bag at first. It is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Roberts. Roberts toe taps and lifts this one behind home plate up off the posting. Count stays 1-2. Holding the runner on at first is Matt Rothenberg. Third baseman John Friday deep off the bag here at third base. Press box at Muzzy Field, located deep down the third base line, about 110 feet away from home plate. Scraped 2 stories up in the air. Roberts sees yet another 1-2 pitch and lifts it out of play again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Roberts doing battle with Frankie Moscatello. Pickoff move yet again. This one gets away from the man at first base, Rothenberg. And Gregoire hesitates as he gets around second. Manager Pat Riley wanted him to turn on the burners and try to advance to third. Frankie thinks better of it on his own, stays put at second base, and the Blues have a man in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Moscatello doing all he can to keep the runners close at first, and that time it backfired. Throwing error there by Moscatello advances Frankie Gregoire 90 feet and gives Tyler Roberts an RBI opportunity early on in this ballgame. On deck for the Blues is the catcher, number 4, Chris Villa. Gregoire at second, nobody really holding him on. Borngal gives chase, now gets back to his position. 1-2 pitch, looked to be outside. Called the strike by the home plate umpire. Now, very seldomly will you see Tyler Roberts say a word to a home plate umpire. That one must have been outside if he's shaken up by that one. Nonetheless, the umpire calls him up and rings him up. Roberts goes down, 2 outs here in the inning. It's going to take a 2-out base hit by the catcher Villa to plate a run. Villa inside outs, a fastball into foul territory, scatters the Worcester dugout, 0-1. Number 4, Villa, the batter for Bristol. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball. A little bit tardy on that one was Christopher. Now 0-2. Chris plays his college baseball at Seton Hall. Started out the season in the FCBL with the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Transferred over to Bristol, and the boys are real happy to have him. Phenomenal arm behind the dish and great character guy in the locker room. The 0-2, slider missing low, 1-2. Good pitch there by Moscatello. Started the slider out right at the knees. Luckily for Villa, dipped down a little bit too far low. It's 1-2. In search of the first run of the ball game are the Bristol Blues. It's 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Chris Villa, the batter, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Lone base hit for Bristol, coming off the bat of Frankie Gregoire. 2-2 is a slider, grounded softly down the third base line. Charging hard is Friday. He will pick it up in foul ground. Count's going to remain the same. Moscatello has to throw the kitchen sink at him if he wants to get him out. We've seen the fastball, and we've seen the slider a few times with 2 strikes to Villa. The only thing next is to see if he's got the confidence to throw the changeup in this 2-2 count. Throws another slider. Not fooled there is Villa. Count stays 2-2 for yet another pitch. Moscatello shakes once, now twice. Agrees with the third signal from Ryan Berry. He'll now come set at the belt buckle. Sling this one sidearm. First time dropping down the arm angle there is Moscatello. Might not be comfortable with the changeup. Goes to a sidearm slider that twists and twirls out of the way. Missing outside, 3-2. Full count pitch to Chris Villa. Fastball grounded hard, but right at the shortstop, Tom Walraven. He will pick it up, bring it to the back hip, and flip it over to the first baseman, Matt Rothenberg. The Blues threaten, but do not score here in the second inning. Top of the third, coming up next. This is Bristol Blues Baseball. Top of the third inning, and the lights have been flicked on, glistening on this historic venue as the sun is now setting beyond the evergreen trees in left center field. Lineup rolls over here for Worcester to lead off the third inning. Tom Walraven. Walraven stance, feet just past shoulder width apart. Takes a step at that one, taking 1-0 as that slider dips low and outside. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball. This one dots the outside corner. Villa sticks it there for an extra beat. Home plate umpire gets a good look at it and goes up with the lays one down in foul ground. 1-2. That bunt right there, Walraven still standing toward the back of the batter's box, unable to get the bat head out in front of home plate. Detting the ball down the third base line, but in foul ground. 1-2. Normally in a bunt scenario, you want to move up, get the bat in front of home plate so you could assure yourself that it's going to drop in fair territory. Walraven unable to do that and unable to lay it down in fair ground. It is now 2-2 as the next pitch out of the right arm of Teddy Carey misses. Count 2-2. Check swing, line shot lifted up over the concourse and out of play. 2-2. Carey works right smack dab in the center of the slab on top of the knoll. 2-2 pitch, misses low. 3-2. Full count here to the leadoff man for Worcester, Tommy Walraven. Walraven will call for time. Granted by the home plate umpire. Regathers himself and gets in, ready to work. Carey drops the hands, kicks into the motion, ground ball to third. Chauvin picks it on the short hop. Good play there by Austin Chauvin. Picked that chopper up on the short hop, brought it up, and made a good throw over there to Andrew Kendrick at first. Walraven cut down 5-3 for those of you scoring this one at home today. Now the batter for the Bravehearts, Rafael Borngal. Rafi takes the first pitch fastball, outside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Same pitch, same location, and same call. No balls and 2 strikes. Teddy Carey's feeling it in the third inning. Check swing, he did not go too far. That fastball misses a little bit up and in. 1-2. Carey working really quickly. Slider swung on and missed, but for some reason the home plate umpire, Borngal, granted Borngal time when he swung at the pitch anyways. Don't see that happen too often. But apparently, the 1-2 pitch, there was time called before by Borngal. He was still able to get set and swing. But we're going to stick 1-2 as he softly grounds it to Kendrick at first. He will field it at the belt buckle, take 1 step over to first base, touch the bag, up goes the white dust, and there's 2 outs in the third inning. Man, with one of the 4 base hits today for Worcester, now in the right-handed batter's box, John Friday. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Friday, slightly open stance, swings at a fastball at the Worcester lettering across the chest. A little bit late, comes up empty, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Slider just moved off the plate. Wanted that one there, did Teddy Carey. Umpire doesn't give it to him. It's 1-2. Worcester now really taking their time in the batter's box, knowing how quickly Carey wants to work. Another slider. This one misses a little bit further outside this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for John Friday. Friday laces another line shot. This one past the glove of Tyler Roberts at short. It'll skip into left field, fielded there by Frankie Gregoire. And John Friday's picked up 2 base knocks in his many plate appearances, 2 for 2. Now batting the designated hitter, the big lefty, Mike Cogshall. Pretty similar to the first inning. First two batters retired. John Friday picked up a single, and then so did Cogshall. Teddy Carey doing his best to not allow the lefty Cogshall to reach base safely in his second plate appearance. Carey pierces in and gets the sign from Villa. Kicks up and delivers. Slider just missing. North of the strike zone, 1-1. Carey now looking in, shaking off Villa the first time. Now comes set and whips in another one. This one misses outside, 2-1. Third inning tonight, brought to you by the Bristol Press, a big hit every day. 2-1 pitch to Cogshall, misses up and out of the strike zone, high and away, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Cogshall takes this one for ball 4. He will now walk 4 wide ones. So 2 men on, 2 outs for Matt Rothenberg. He laced a line shot to the right center field gap in his first at-bat. However, a fine running grab was made by the Blues right fielder, Liam Scaffariello. Rothenberg takes the first pitch fastball, upper 90 on the high and outside part of the plate, 0-1. Carey now checks second once, now make that twice before humming in another pitch. Slide piece and a dandy. Swung on and missed by Rothenberg, 0-2. Carey got a bear down here. Ahead in the count, 0-2, and a man in scoring position with 2 outs in the third inning. Worcester out hitting the Blues early on, 5-1. 0-2 pitch is a fastball, misses up, 1-2. Good pitch there by Carey. Wanted to challenge him at the letters. Just unable to keep it in the strike zone. Now 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Infield gets set and ready to go behind Carey, and they don't have to do a thing. Rothenberg obliges, swings at one out of the strike zone, and he got him on strikes. Teddy Carey picks up his 3rd strikeout in as many innings. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball, and due up for the Blues, Lorenzo Arcuri, Nick Conti, and Zach Scott. Bottom 3 coming up next. First pitch of the at-bat to Lorenzo Arcuri here in the third inning. Misses low, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Lifted high in the air, off the pole. Guarding the fans, 1-1. One ball and a strike. Arcuri, the 9-hole hitter for Bristol, standing in the right-handed batter's box. He lifts this fastball up and out of play. Down Muzzy Street it goes. 1-2. One-two to Arcuri. Moscatello rocks back deliberately into the motion before firing a fastball that misses low, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air, high down the right field line. Calling the ball will be the second baseman, Raphael Born-Gall. Pop out to shallow right field off the bat of Lorenzo Arcuri. And Nick Conti now batting for the second time tonight in the third inning. Nick walked in the first, made his way all the way around to third base, but was unable to score. Now seeing Moscatello for the second time. First pitch swing in there was Nicholas. It's it high and out of play, 0-1. No balls and a strike. Make that 0-2 as Conti swings through the Moscatello fastball. Frankie, 5'8", 175, goes to St. Thomas Aquinas. He could bring it. Don't let the 5'8" frame fool you. He's definitely humming in the upper 80s. Conti gets a pitch he likes down in the count, 0-2, and a great sliding grab in the right center field gap by Joe Keiko. Nick Conti's been absolutely robbed of extra bases twice this season, that being the second early on against Brockton. Nick Conti laced a shot to dead center field in an over-the-head basket grab like Willie Mays was made onto the warning track. Conti absolutely robbed of extra bases by Joe Keiko. A fantastic sliding grab deep in the right center field gap. Wow. 2 outs in the inning for the DH, Zach Scott. He'll take this first pitch fastball, missing low, 1-0. A ball and no strikes. Scott swings at this fastball. This one at the knees, but missed it, 1-1. Moscatello gears up and ready to rip another fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Great fastball hitters count here for a great fastball hitter in Zach Scott. He gets the fastball he's looking for, but it's nowhere near the strike zone, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Blues and Bravehearts deadlocked 0-0. Now Zach lifts one high in the air, up, down to the press box. Boom, caroms and knocks over the beverage I got here. 3-1. 3 balls and 2 strikes, now the count here at Muzzy Field as we get a souvenir on top of the press box. Zach Scott delivers one up here, and the count stays 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Zach Scott awaits Moscatello's pitch. High and outside. He lost him. A 2-out walk to Zach Scott. Scott extends the lead off over here at first base. Austin Shaw in the batter. Takes this first pitch outside, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Austin, on its way. Lifted in the air, shallow center field, charging hard will be Joe Mercandante. He will call off the left fielder, Austin Lone Star, to make the grab. The Blues get a base runner, but no more than that. Top of the fourth inning. Coming up next, this is Bristol Blues Baseball. Casualty.
Well, how did that happen?
What?
How did that happen?
The ball hit it.
Hit the microphone.
Yeah.
Well,
Do we got any paper towels or anything? Top of the fourth inning here at Muzzy Field. The Blues are ready to go. They just got to wait for the on-field game to end. That rarely happens out here at Muzzy, but nonetheless, Teddy Carey is ready to rock and roll. He will face the left-handed hitting right fielder, Joe Keiko. Andrew Kendrick in his first at-bat. First pitch swinging here is a fly ball to center field. Our Curry will charge, call everybody off, and make the play. One pitch. One out. Now batting for the visitors, Austin Lone Star. Well, the Bravehearts picked up 2 hits in the first inning, threatened but did not score. Picked 2 hits up in the second inning as well. Did not score again. Third, a little bit toned down. And here in the fourth, Teddy Carey gets the first man to fly out to center and is ahead in the count 0-1 to Austin Lone Star. The 0-1 pitch misses a little bit inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 misses the strike zone yet again. It's 2-1 here to the left fielder, Austin Lone Star. Grounder to Kendrick. He fields it at the shoulder. 2 up and 2 down. Teddy Carey working quickly and masterfully so far in the top of the fourth inning against this Worcester Bravehearts offense. Nick Berry, the catcher, now batting. Nice beard being sported by Nick Berry. Very open and wide stance. Toe taps and extends as he takes that first pitch fastball. A little bit too low, 1-0. Taking all the way there was Berry. Teddy Carey working real quick. Nick Berry unable to even get set and ready to rock. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, Carey drops the hands. Flips in a changeup. Way out in front of that one was Mr. Berry. Nicks it behind home plate and into the Blues dugout. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carey flips in a fastball. Allegedly, it hits Nick Berry, and no one sees it. Now the infield umpire and the home plate umpire are going to have a brief conversation. I don't think that one got Berry. He sold it to the best of his ability, but it did hit him on the elbow, according to home plate umpire. Now manager Pat Riley out to have a word with the home plate umpire. Allegedly knocked off the elbow, and Nick Berry taking first base. Joe Mercandante will now stand up for the Worcester Bravehearts. Man on first, 2 outs for the 9-hole hitter for Worcester, Joe Mercandante. He's one of the 3 strikeouts Teddy Carey has today. Struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. The sun is now completely set beyond the trees out in left center field. The lights are flicked on to full capacity. As Mercandante grounds one to second base, Conti will field it, flip the can, and give it to Tyler Roberts. Down with the fielder's choice there is Mercandante, and down go the Bravehearts. Bottom of the 4th inning. Coming up next, this is Bristol Blues baseball, and we're deadlocked 0-0. Scoreless here at Muzzy Field. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Liam Scaffarello to lead it off for the Blues. Scaffarello, Kendrick, and Frankie Gregoire due up for Bristol. First pitch to Scaff, misses. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball top of the strike zone. Scaffarello swings right through it. 1-1. Moscatello taking his time on the mound, the exact opposite of the Blue starter, Teddy Carey. Teddy can't get the pill and twirl it back to the catcher via quick enough. Moscatello taking his sweet time as he rips in a fastball past the bat of Scaffarello. 1-2. Scaff down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Struck out looking in his first plate appearance. And he does again. Scaffriello goes down looking for the second time tonight. A fastball that just painted the outside corner. Down goes Scaff. Kendrick, the batter for the Blues. Well, Frankie Moscatello is no joke, folks. He's gone 10 innings this year, yet to give up a run. He's gone through 3 1/3 here at Muzzy, and it doesn't look like the Blues are going to muster up much of an offense against him. 1 hit and a walk, the only base runners for the Blues early on. Now Frankie decides to drop in a first pitch slider. It does miss outside. 1-0. A ball. Now 2 balls to Andrew Kendrick. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Looking to get something to drive to the right center field gap that is wide open as the center fielder Joe Mercandante plays Andrew to pull. Three balls and no strikes. Kendrick awaits sitting in the catbird seat, assuming he's taking all the way. Moscatello has been on his A game so far. He does take, and this one nowhere near the zone. 4 straight wide ones. A 1-out walk to Andrew Kendrick. Frankie Gregoire, the batter, he does have the lone hit for the Blues today. It was a grounder right back through the middle, split the middle infielders. Still no count here to Frankie. Man on first is Kendrick, not really a base-stealing threat. This fastball will bounce in there, and Ryan Berry calls time quickly to have a brief conversation once again with Moscatello. We're scoreless here at Muzzy Field. The Worcester Bravehearts have threatened in 2 of the first 4 innings. However, Teddy Carey has been able to work around it, scattering 5 hits through 4 innings, no earned runs. And the Blues on the offensive end struggled after the offensive outburst last night against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Gregoire grounds one hard to third. Friday throws to second for 1, and first, not in time. A fielder's choice. Frankie Gregoire will reach first base. Pretty good play there by John Friday to get the pill out quickly to Rafael Borngal, who came up in front of the bag at second to deliver a strike to the first baseman, Matt Rothenberg. Luckily for the Blues, Gregoire legs it out just barely. Man on first, 2 outs for the shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Roberts will utilize the back of the right-handed batter's box as this pickoff move to first base ricochets off the glove of Matt Rothenberg, skips down past the first baseman up the line, not far enough for Gregoire to advance. Roberts awaiting the first pitch of his second at-bat. Went down looking in his first AB. First pitch swinging this one off the end of the bat. Gets up and over the head of Tom Walraven. Base knock for Tyler Roberts. A softly hit line shot off the end of the bat, just out of the reach of Walraven. Gives the Blues their second hit of the ball game and second base runner in this inning. Chris Villa, now the batter. With 2 men on and 2 outs, RBI chance here for the catcher from Seton Hall. Villa stands smack dab right in the middle of that right-handed batter's box, tight to the plate. Gets a first pitch slider that he takes in for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike here to Chris Villa. Just looking something to throw his hands at and lift a line shot and find some green. He gets one in on the hands, and it's a soft ground ball back to the pitcher. Frankie Moscatello picks it up, walks it over to first, underhands it into the glove of Rothenberg. The Blues threaten but do not score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball in the top of the fifth inning coming up next. Teddy Carey back out to work the top of the fifth inning against the Worcester Bravehearts. Top of the lineup once again for Worcester. Walraven, Bengal, and Friday. Walraven 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the second baseman and the third baseman, respectively. Carey flips in a first pitch slider, missing low and outside, 1-0. No strikes yet to Walraven, except for right now. Home plate umpire goes up with the right arm, and that fastball catches the inside corner, 1-1. Carey shaking off via, now slips into the motion. Tinkers with the slider there. Over the white, call the strike, 1-2. One ball and two strikes. Tommy Walraven throws the hands at a slider. Conti fields and gets rid of it quickly as Walraven can scoot down that first base line. However, he doesn't get there in time. The Blues retire Tommy Walraven for the third straight time today. 2 ground outs to second and 1 to third. We're in the fifth inning, deadlocked 0-0. Teddy Carey absolutely feeling it on the bump today. First pitch fastball laced into center field. Hard hit ground ball off the bat of Rafi Borngal. He reaches first base for the first time tonight. He's now 1 for 3. John Friday 2 for 2 with 2 base knocks, the batter for Worcester. Perfect time for a double play ball. Middle of the infield, pinched into double play depth. Teddy Carey straddles the slab as he now comes set. Chauvin even with the bag here at third base, and Friday shoots a ground ball to Roberts. He picks it up, fields it, makes the double play all on his own. Ground ball to short. Roberts picks it up, takes a step on to second, flips it over to the first baseman, Andrew Kendrick. And the Worcester Bravehearts go down in order here at Muzzy Field in the top of the fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth coming up next. And the Blues deadlocked with the Worcester Bravehearts 0-0. Lorenzo Arcuri, batting for the second time tonight, takes a first pitch fastball, missing inside, 1-0. Arcuri, the center fielder for the Youngstown State Penguins this year, coming over to the Bristol Blues to play his summer league ball. Takes a fastball that looked low, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Lorenzo. This one misses at the shoestrings, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to number 29, Lorenzo Arcuri. Arcuri searching fastball. He gets it, but it's called a strike on the inside corner, right at the knees. Not agreeing with that one. There was Lorenzo. It's now 2-2. Looks like pitching coach and first base coach Jordy Shiner giving it to the home plate umpire a little bit right now, not agreeing with the strike zone. And the 2-2 pitch misses up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count here to Lorenzo Arcuri. The 3-2 pitch misses low beneath the knees. He got that call early on in the inning, in the at-bat, that is, to Lorenzo Arcuri. But he doesn't get it here, and it's a leadoff walk. Nick Conti, now the batter for Bristol. Leadoff walks will kill you, especially when Lorenzo Arcuri's on first base. A lot of speed over there at first for Bristol. Conti takes a first pitch slider over for a strike. It is 0-1. Conti, the second baseman, comes into tonight's ballgame hitting .293 on the season. A little bit late on that fastball. Now he's down on the count, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Nick. Runner at first is Arcuri, drew a leadoff walk. Conti takes a fastball, missing a little bit too low, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to the Blues second baseman from Eckerd College in Orlando, Florida, Nick Conti. Arcuri, sizable leadoff over at first. Is he off with a pitch? He is. Got a great jump there, did Lorenzo Arcuri, but Conti's down in the count, 1-2. He swings at it and fouls it up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Arcuri's off with the pitch. He is not. Conti just waves a one-handed swing at the slider way outside. Just threw the bat at it there, did Nick. Didn't make contact. He goes down on strikes. Zach Scott now the batter. The Blues really just unable to get anything working. They've had one man advance past second base to third. That was Conti in the first inning. And really not goes to steal second base. He does, as the ball is now skipped up into center. Stolen base there by Lorenzo Arcuri. Puts a Blue in scoring position. This is one of those ball games where you never know. If you draw first blood, that might be the last blood. 1-0 ball game suits this one pretty well. Not much doing on the offensive end for both clubs. Good job there by manager Pat Riley, throwing Lorenzo Arcuri in motion, stealing second base, and Zach Scott down in the count, 0-1. He takes an 0-1 fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and a strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Missing low and outside. 2 balls and a strike for Mr. Zach Scott. Pretty good arm out there in right field with Joe Keiko. Joe Mercandante, not the strongest of arms for the Worcester Bravehearts. Austin Lone Star, average to above average arm in left. Going to have a pretty good jump out there. If it's hit to right, will Lorenzo Arcuri. Shallow fly ball to right field. Arcuri will bluff in the throw into third. Out past the third baseman. But the pitcher backing up the play picks up the right fielder Joe Keiko, who delivered a strong throw. But Friday tried to pick it instead of throw his body in front of it with the runner not going, and it skipped behind him. Luckily for him, Frankie Moscatello knew his duties, backed up the play at third, was able to pick it up cleanly, and with 2 outs, Austin Chauvin strolls into the right-handed batter's box. Moscatello sets at the belt buckle and then rips in a fastball. He flame throws this one so hard that it gets past the catcher Nick Berry and skips behind the dish. 1 ball and no strikes. Arcuri advances another 90 feet, and now he's only 90 feet away from pay dirt. 1-0 to the Blues. Hot hitting third baseman, 423 coming into today for Austin Chauvin. He's 0 for 2 on the day in search of his first knock of the evening. He shoots a line shot right at the second baseman, Rafael Borngal. An old Adam ball. Austin Chauvin hit it on the screws, but it was right at Borngal. We head to the top of the 6th inning, deadlocked 0-0. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Teddy Carey back on the bump for the Blues. Top of the 6th inning here at Muzzy Field. 0-0 is the score. Leading off the 6th for the visitors, the Worcester Bravehearts, Mike Cogshall, the DH. Single in the first, walked in the third. Takes a fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes to the DH, Mike Cogshall. Cogshall takes a 2-0 pitch. This one misses as well. 3 balls and no strikes. Teddy Carey falls behind the first batter he sees here in the 6th. And the 3-0 pitch right down Main Street here in Bristol. 3-1. Cogshall grounds one softly to the first baseman, Kendrick. He'll field it off a couple of bounces right at the shoestrings. 1 up and 1 down. Cogshall grounds out to first, 3 unassisted. For those of you scoring this one back at home, Matt Rothenberg 0 for 2 on the day, now due up for the Bravehearts. Rothenberg, one of the smartest men in the league. 6'2 junior to be at Harvard. No balls and a strike. Rothenberg takes this fastball up and outside, 1-1. One ball and 2 strikes as the smartest man in baseball swings through that one, 1-2. I mean, who are you kidding? You getting to Harvard, you're playing some ball, you're doing something right, that's for sure. He gets a 1-2 pitch, lifts it up in the air, out of play, 1-2. The count will stay. 1-2 pitch is grounded up the middle. Sliding play, backhand by Conti, picks it up, throws it to first, and a good stretch there by Andrew Kendrick. Nice play all around by the Bristol Blues defense. Conti ranges up the middle, slides and backhands it near second base. He gets up and flips the throw over to Kendrick. The throw was a little bit down the first base line toward home plate. Kendi stretched out to the max and made the play. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. Teddy Carey's got it working tonight. No balls and a strike. He's found his rhythm. Shakes off Villa for the first pitch and now gets another bouncer to Conti. Fields it on the run, makes the play to Kendrick. Another 1-2-3 inning. The Blues are rolling. They just got to tune the bats up, played a couple of runs, and we'll be in business. Bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up next, this is Bristol Blues Baseball. We're back live here at Muzzy Field, the new pitcher into the ball game for the Worcester Bravehearts. Number 28, Taylor Williams. 5'11", 165, sophomore to be at Xavier. Xavier, not exactly known as a baseball school. Known for their basketball, though. Tonight, the NBA draft. For those of you tuning into us, thank you for choosing baseball over basketball. However, I will let you know the first 2 picks of the evening, Ben Simmons to Philadelphia and Brandon Ingram to the Los Angeles Lakers. As a Michigander, I am waiting for Denzel Valentine's name to be called, the former Michigan State Spartan and first-team All-American. When that happens, feel free to give us a comment and let me know so I can celebrate the draft pick of a former MSU Spartan. Back to baseball we go here at Muzzy Field. Liam Scaffarillo gets an 0-1 fastball that he lifts high, up, and out of play. Down the right field line, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch is a hanging slider that Scaff laces into left field. A frozen rope at the left fielder, Austin Lone Star, puts Liam Scaffarillo at first, and the Blues have a leadoff single off the man out of the bullpen, Taylor Williams. Pitching change, as always, brought to you by Muzzy Field, the historic novel about this 102-year-old venue, written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com. Blues really got nothing going against the starter, number 11, Frankie Moscatello. He went 5 innings, giving up 2 hits and no earned runs. He does have an appearance out of the bullpen, so I'd like to assume Frankie's arm not exactly loose enough to go late into the ball game. So Worcester now brings in Williams, and the leadoff base knock off the bat of Scaffarillo in an 0-2 count. Kendrick swings through a fastball here, 1 ball and a strike. Count is 1-1 to the first baseman from Springfield, Missouri, Andrew Kendrick. Kendi steps out, gets the signals from the manager. Pat Riley flashes the signs. Scaffrillo, the runner at first base. 1-1 pitch swung through. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're deadlocked 0-0, bottom of the 6th inning. 6 hits for Worcester and 3 for the Blues. The Blues have a man on. Nobody out here. Kendrick widens the base of the stance in a 1-2 count. 2-strike approach as he takes a fastball that allegedly crosses the inside corner. Call the strike. Andrew doesn't agree with that one. Looked to be a little bit too far inside as the Muzzy Field faithful getting up behind home plate and really jeering in to the home plate umpire. They're giving it to him back there tonight. Frankie Gregoire, now the batter for the Blues. Gregoire, first pitch swinging, lifts one to deep right field. Keiko takes a couple of steps back and will make the play. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a runner at first is Liam Scaffariello. Wouldn't be surprised to see Scaff try to swipe second base real quick for being a 6'4", 235-pounder. Scaff runs a 6'7", 60, one of the quicker ones you'll see in the FCBL this season. Williams delivers as Tyler Roberts shows bunt with 2 outs. Third baseman John Friday playing way deep at the bag here at third. Would have been a good idea. And the 1-0 pitch to Tyler. Liam Scaffariello had the best jump you'll see all season. He was 3 steps off the bag pursuing second base before Williams delivered the throw to the plate. Timed him up perfectly in a well-executed steal there. Nothing Ryan Berry could do. Stole that one off the pitcher, that's for sure. Tyler Roberts with a chance to plate the first run of the evening. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch to Roberts, lifted in the air to left center field. Shading over to center just a little bit is the left fielder, Austin Lone Star. He will make the play. Blues threaten but do not score here in the 6th inning. 7th inning coming up next, and a new pitcher on for the Bristol Blues. The new wing will be Bristol native and Bristol Eastern High School graduate Michael Nocera. Pitching change, as always, brought to you by Muzzy Field, a book written about this 102-year-old stadium where the first home run hit here was by the left-handed bat of Babe Ruth. This is Bristol Blues baseball, top of the 7th inning, coming up next. Top of the 7th inning here at Muzzy Field. The sun has set, the lights have flicked on, and the arms tonight have been nothing short of spectacular. Through 6 innings, no score in this one, and Michael Nocera on in relief of Teddy Carey. First pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. Teddy Carey's day is done. He's completed 6 innings, scattering 6 hits, and no earned runs. Nocera on in relief. First pitch fastball missed outside. Second pitch, a foul ball into the screening behind the dish, 1-1. Nocera taking his time. Everybody taking their time compared to the starter today for the Bristol Blues. Teddy Carey, one of the quickest workers in all of the FCBL. 1-1 pitch. Nocera drops a dandy. Slider right on the outer third. Perfect pitch. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Nocera comes set at the shoulders. Big leg kick and spreads out as this slider's lifted to center field. Back goes our Curry. He will camp under it and make the play. Hard hit ball off the bat of Austin Lone Star. But Muzzy Field, a very spacious venue, deep to all fields. 326 down the right field line. 339 to left and 402 to dead center. Those evergreen trees scattered around the fencing do not help as it knocks down nearly every baseball. Lone Star flies out to center, and Nocera flicks a fastball in there, missing beneath the knees, 1-0. Nocera comes set. Delivers a slider that's grounded softly to Roberts. He fields and makes the throw to first. Kendrick picks it up. And 2 down here in the 7th. Now batting for the visitors, the 9-hole hitter and center fielder, 0 for 2 on the day, Joe Mercandante. Defensively behind Nocera right now for the Blues, Kendrick at first, Conti at second. Man at short is Tyler Roberts. At third base tonight, Austin Chauvin. In right field, Liam Scaffariello. In center, Lorenzo Arcuri. And the left fielder tonight, Frankie Gregoire. No balls and a strike. Nocera kicks and deals. Slider off the glove of the catcher and battery mate for Nocera this evening, Chris Villa. A ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball that misses inside. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Michael Nocera on the bump against Joe Mercandante. 2-1 pitch misses. Inside once again. It's now 3-1. Lineup will roll over after this at bat by Mercandante. Tommy Walraven on deck. The 3-1 pitch is grounded softly up the middle. Roberts will field and throw on the move. Good play there. Pretty play by the shortstop, Tyler Roberts. Best shortstop in all of the FCBL, and to me, that's not even an argument. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. That means it's stretch time here at Muzzy Field. So get up, stand up, and stretch out. 7th inning stretch brought to you by the Hummel Brothers, the official hot dog of the Bristol Blues. bottom of the 7th inning, back on the knoll for the Worcester Bravehearts, number 28, Taylor Williams. His second inning of work coming on in relief of Frankie Moscatello. He will face Villa, our Curry, and then the top of the lineup, Nick Conti. Villa takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. Second pitch of the AB misses outside once again. 2 balls and no strikes to the Bristol Blues catcher, number 4, Chris Villa. 2-0 pitch, grounded softly up the middle. Walraven will field it on the run, take a couple of steps, and he nearly took too long. Villa hustling down the line, cut down by about a quarter of a step. Tommy Walraven fielded that one on a hop, took 2 or 3 steps before delivering the strike to first base to Matt Rothenberg. It was almost a hair too late. However, he gets him by a quarter step, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Lorenzo Arcuri now up for Bristol. He's 0 for 1, popped out to second in the 3rd inning, walked and stole a base in the 6th. This one bounces in there, 1-0. A ball and no strikes to Arcuri. Taking all the way ahead in the count, 1-0, is a fastball right down the middle, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Blues center fielder. Missing low and inside. 2-1 now the count to Lorenzo Arcuri, the Roseville, California native. Williams works in the motion and fires a fastball in there. This one called a strike, 2-1. Make that 2-2. Caught myself. Knew there was a strike earlier on in that AB. Now it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, an ode to Bob Uecker, just a bit outside, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. It's a full house for Arcuri. He swings through that fastball, taps it into the glove of the catcher, Nick Berry. So 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th inning. The lineup now rolls over for the leadoff hitter and second baseman, number 17, Nick Conti. Conti standing at the back of the right-handed batter's box, first pitch swinging. Grounds one softly back up to the pitcher. He'll field it on the run. On his way to first base, flips it underhand. Oh, another 1-2-3 inning at Muzzy Field. Zeros all across the board. No runs yet in this one. Top of the 8th we go. No Sarah, back on the bump for the Blues. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Top of the 8th inning, Blues and Bravehearts. Deadlock 0-0. Pitchers duel, to say the least. Teddy Carey and Frankie Moscatello pitched very fine baseball games this evening. They have both given way to the bullpen, and Michael Nocera toes the slab for the Bristol Blues in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch from Nose misses outside, 1-0. Defensive alignment stays the same for the Blues all evening. Austin Chauvin even with the bag here at third base. Deep up the middle are both of the middle infielders, Nick Conti at second base and Tyler Roberts at short. Couple steps beyond the bag there at first is Andrew Kendrick. Michael Nocera falls behind the leadoff hitter here in the 8th, 2-0. Make that 3-0 as the fastball is whistled in there, wide of the strike zone. The batter for Worcester is number 2, Tommy Walraven. He's 0 for on the day. I know all the fans up in Worcester are saying that Tommy's due, and the Blues, we're just saying he's due for an 0-fer. 3 balls and no strikes for Tommy Walraven. And the 3-0 pitch, a little bit of chin music. He dips, dives, and ducks out of the way of that one. 4 straight wide ones. That's a leadoff walk to the leadoff man, Walraven, and Rafi Borngal, the batter. Wasting no time getting out of the dugout there is skipper Pat Riley. He will make the pitching change. This pitching change, as always, brought to you by Muzzy Field, the historic novel on this historic venue, written by Doug Milan. Check it out online at Amazon.com. New pitcher in the ballgame will be number 37, the lefty from Franklin Pierce, Adam Goss. Take a brief break and get back to the action when Goss is ready to toe the slab for the Bristol Blues with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Goss on the bump next against the Worcester Bravehearts. As Adam Goss is getting loose, we check back in to this ball game. 6 hits so far for the Worcester Bravehearts. They get a leadoff walk to Tommy Walraven, and Michael Nocera goes 1 full inning, and he's responsible for Walraven at first base. Goss checks in. The lefty specialist, as he likes to call himself, gets an opportunity to be just that against Rafi Borngal. Goss, the side-swiping lefty, stands on that first base side of the rubber. The ball really comes behind the hitter into the zone. Showing bunt is Borngal. He will get it down. Goss fields it and makes the throw to first base in time. Runner advanced to second base, and now a man in scoring position with less than 2 outs in the 8th inning for the Worcester Bravehearts. Manager Pat Riley will leave Goss in there to face the hot-hitting John Friday. Friday hitting .372 coming into today. He's picked up a pair of base hits along with a ground out to the shortstop, Tyler Roberts, which was a double play ball. So Gossie comes set, kicks up and delivers. Fastball inside corner, called the strike, 0-1. Goss comes set, checks second base once, now twice, and delivers the pitch to home. Slider, he went too far, says the home plate umpire. Now that's Goss's pitch right there. He buries that slider in the zone, and there's really not much you could do about it. It's coming in about 75 miles an hour. Looks as juicy as a $60 steak. Can't hold up on it. He goes too far, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, a slider that misses low, 1-2. One ball and two strikes here at Muzzy Field. John Friday in the right-handed batter's box. Down in the count, 1-2. Goss will now deliver a fastball that misses just a little bit too far inside, and Chris Villa gets up out of the crouch and sprints towards second base. Walraven, the man at second, the leadoff hitter for Worcester, extending that secondary an extra beat. Caught the attention of Villa. The count is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the inning. Runner is off with the pitch, and he steals third base standing up. It's now a full count to John Friday. Infield now drawn in. 0-0 ball game. 3-2 count for the 3-hole hitter for the Worcester Bravehearts. Goss comes set at the Blues, scripted across the chest. Hums in a fastball that misses up in the zone. Now a double play opportunity for Bristol. Manager Pat Riley gives the signals to Chris Villa, and he will show them to the Blues. Mike Cogshall, the senior to be at Assumption College in Massachusetts, is now the batter for Worcester. Not the fleetest of foot is Cogshall. He is a double play candidate. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and a big spot here for Cogshall. Goss stays on the bump, ready to work. First pitch to the DH. Slider misses up and in, 1-0. Adam gets another pill, and now he looks like he is ready to go. Toes the slab, now looks in, waiting for the sign from the catcher, Chris Villa. Villa slaps down the signals, and Goss comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Missing outside. Goss having a little bit of trouble with his command here this evening. 2-0. Number 9, Cogshall standing in the left-handed batter's box. Number 37, Adam Goss, the pitcher for the Blues. Throws a slider that catches the outside corner. Villa hold it for an extra beat. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still a good hitter's count for Cogshall, but Goss looking to get him to roll over into a double play ball and head to the bottom of the 8th, still scoreless. Goss now fires in another slider. This one way outside, just can't find the right keyhole for the slider tonight is Adam Goss. That's his out pitch and his go-to pitch. He's down on the count 3-1 with runners on the corners and 1 out. First and third, 3-1. Fastball in on the hands at the letters. Good pitch there by Goss. He challenged Cogshall. He was unable to come up with any contact whatsoever. Count now full, 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Let's see if Worcester gets real aggressive and sends the runner at first. I would assume they will, knowing this Worcester team, but we'll see. Goss picks up the leg. They do not send him. A slider just misses, and everyone in the ballpark wanted that one. Now it looks like manager Pat Riley will come out to the mound and dismiss Adam Goss of his duties. Another trip back to the bullpen. Mike Krieger now coming on for the Bristol Blues. Take yet another brief break. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're on the top of the 8th inning. This game deadlocked 0-0. Top of the 8th inning, bases loaded, 1 out. Mike Krieger against the smartest man in the FCBL, Matt Rothenberg, the junior at Harvard. Krieger comes set, kicks up, and delivers the first pitch swinging. Rothenberg swinging some Swiss cheese up there. That one goes straight through the bat, 0-1. Rothenberg, the first baseman from Harvard, is a double play candidate. The infield is drawn in, though. Going to have to be a 4-1 double play if the Blues turn one here. 0-1 pitch, misses, up in the zone, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Krieger comes set at the Blues lettering scripted across the chest. Dots a fastball on the outside corner. Perfect pitch there. Paints it black like my dear friend Michelangelo. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Krieger ahead in the count. Krieger comes set and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Mike Krieger strikes down Rothenberg, and now the Blues are able to get deep defensively, make the play at any bag. And number 7, Joe Keiko, batting for Worcester with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Krieger comes in with a bases-loaded 1-out jam. He gets a strikeout and now has to retire Joe Keiko. He now steps off the back of the mound, does Krieger, gathers his thoughts, now gets back on and picks up the signal from Chris Villa. First pitch to Keiko. Fastball at the top of the strike zone, right at the lettering Worcester, scripted across the chest of the left-handed hitting right fielder Keiko, 0-1. Runner at third is Tommy Walraven. He would be the one closest to the dish. No balls and a strike. Keiko way out in front of that changeup. Great pitch there by Krieger, and he's sitting pretty up in the count, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The fans are on their feet. Krieger inherits a jam. He's on the verge of getting out of it. 0-0 ball game. Top of the 8th inning. Krieger doesn't like the sign from Villa. Instead of shaking him off, he decides to step off the back of the mound. He now steps back onto the slab. Comes set, and the 0-2 pitch is on its way. Wave and a miss. Down on strikes Michael. Krieger strikes out both batters he faces in the 8th inning, and the Blues are fired up. Let's hope they can fire up the sticks and get a run here in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning, and a few fireworks here at Muzzy Field. Not off the bats, that's for sure. Mike Krieger comes in inheriting a bases-loaded 1-out jam. He proceeds to strike out the next 2 Bravehearts, and the crowd goes wild. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, Zach Scott leading it off for the Bristol Blues. Check swing, he went too far, 0-1. Scott will face the righty Taylor Williams on for his 3rd inning of work in relief of Frankie Moscatello. The 0-1 pitch misses, high and outside, 1-1. Rocking back into the motion here is Williams, and the 1-1 pitch is a 2-seam fastball that runs just a bit outside, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to the Blues' designated hitter today, Mr. Zachary Scott. And the 2-1 pitch runs a little bit outside. It's now 3-1. Williams falls behind Scott. 3 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're deadlocked, 0-0. Scott shoots a 1-hopper back to the pitcher. Williams picks it up off a bounce right at the hip. Flips it over Rothenberg at first, and Scott is retired. Batter now for the Blues, number 26, the 3rd baseman from St. Mary's College in California, Austin Chauvin. First pitch to Chauvin. Grounded softly in the hole. Charging hard, ranging towards third base is Wall Raven, and he makes a nice play over there at short. He's charging toward third. I thought that was going to be the third baseman, John Friday's ball, to swipe across, field it, and make the throw with his momentum. Raven makes the play and makes it look nice, pretty, and clean. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Liam Scaffarillo, the batter. First pitch to Scaffarillo is a fastball that misses beneath the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Liam's got the power to be able to put this game out of reach. I really do think 1 run is enough to take this one home, especially this late in the ball game. 1 ball and now 1 strike as the 1-0 pitch is a fastball lifted high up and out of play over Muzzy Street and into the neighborhood. 1-1. On deck for Bristol is the first baseman, number 28, Andrew Kendrick. Scaff takes the fastball that seemed to be low and outside. He looks very disgruntled at the dish right now. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Liam Scaffarillo. Williams now bounces in a 54-footer. That one doesn't even get to the dirt in front of home plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, you don't see that very often. You see balls bounced in there, 58, 59 feet away from the mound. This one didn't even get to the cut of the grass. He spiked it. Rob Gronkowski touchdown for the Worcester Bravehearts, and the count is 2-2. Catcher Nick Berry gets himself set, ready to work, as he flashes down the signals to the reliever, Taylor Williams. Williams with a slider that had everybody in Worcester walking back toward the dugout, except for the home plate umpire. He keeps him out there for another pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Liam Scaffarillo. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, 0-0 ball game. Both sides looking to scrape across the first run. Scaffarillo checks his swing, thought it was outside, and the umpire rings him up this time. Down goes Scaff looking for the 3rd time tonight. We head to the 9th, 0-0 ball game. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Mike Krieger back out on the mound for the Blues. Top of the 9th inning, no score here at Muzzy Field. Leading off is the pinch hitter for Worcester, number 8, Chad Miller. Miller takes the first pitch fastball, called the strike. 0-1. Miller will hit for Austin Lone Star. Krieger into the windup here to start off the 9th inning. Change up, check swing, way too far. He went on that one, 0-2. Mike Krieger absolutely dealing with the first 2 outs in his campaign here tonight. 2 strikeouts with the bases loaded, and now he is ahead in this first batter of the top of the 9th inning, 1-2. Krieger slowly kicks up into the motion, rocks back, and challenges him with the fastball out of the zone. He swings right through it. Down on strikes goes Miller, and Krieger picks up his 3rd strikeout in as many batters. The batter for the Bravehearts now is the catcher, number 4, Nick Berry. Conti's first pitch to Berry is a fastball that misses up in the strike zone, 1-0. Krieger rocks back, and the 1-0 pitch is a fastball. Perfect placement. Right on the outside black, it is 1-1. And the 1-1 misses way outside. Scampering after that one is Chris Villa, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Krieger rips the fastball in there. It's knocked into very shallow right field. Conti goes over, calls off Liam Scaffariello, makes the play. 2 up and 2 down. The batter now for Worcester. Due up is Joe Mercandante, but it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is number 35, Matt Diesel. One of the best names in baseball, Matt Diesel. Junior at Felician. And I was going to attempt the city that Matt Diesel's from, but I would have just butchered it, so we're just going to pass on that one. Krieger's first pitch to Diesel, a lengthy swing there. He was swinging for the fences, and he came up with nothing. 0-1. No balls and a strike as he breaks his bat. Barehanded play by Chauvin, and a dandy. Austin Chauvin charges hard, barehands the ball, makes the play. Down goes Diesel. You will get nothing and like it, says the Bristol Blues pitching staff through 9 innings. No runs yet for Worcester. Bottom of the 9th we go when it's walk-off time. And some late-inning heroics due up for the Bristol Blues. Bottom of the 9th inning, and it looks like Taylor Williams is going to work his 4th straight inning for Worcester out of the pen. Getting good mileage out of Williams right now are the Bravehearts. He will face the leadoff man for the Blues, number 28, Andrew Kendrick. You got to go through the heart of the lineup if you want to get out of this one to head to extra innings. Kendrick Gregoire and Roberts due up for Bristol in the ninth. Umpire goes up with the right arm here, and Andrew Kendrick dives out of the way like that pitch was going to nail him in the hip. Everybody's been on the home plate ump all game, and it's not going to stop with what looks like calls like that. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kendrick takes a fastball over for a strike, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes for Andrew Kendrick. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning, a 0-0 ball game. Shot down the right field line. It will get down in foul ground by about 3 feet. If that one skips down in fair territory, that's extra base, and the Blues are in more than just business in the bottom of the ninth. However, it's landing in foul territory. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch, hit softly in the air. A soft line out to the second baseman, Raphael Borngall, for Andrew Kendrick. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Frankie Gregoire now a chance to get on base and put himself in position for the man on deck, Tyler Roberts, to knock in the winning run. Frankie Gregoire, a Louisville Slugger freshman, All-American this year at Marist College. And the Blues are looking for some of that action right now. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Frankie. Swung on, and he swung for the fences, that's for sure. He swung right underneath that fastball. He wanted to end it right here, right now. He did not. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch from Williams. Slider missing up in the zone. 2-1. 2-0 is a great fastball hitter's count. And Frankie Gregoire will sit dead red on a fastball here from Williams, looking for something to drive. He gets that fastball and fouls it off the catcher and the umpire. Ricochets off both men behind the dish. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Blues and Bravehearts deadlocked 0-0. Takes this one a bit low. Count now full to Frankie. 3-2 pitch to Gregoire. Righty from Xavier kicks up and delivers. Lifts this one high in the air, deep down the third baseline, out of play. Count stays 3-2. Count stays 3-2 for number 31, Gregoire. Frankie hitting .224 on the season. Fouls this one off the catcher's glove and behind the dish. We're going to keep it at 3-2. Frankie spoiling 2 pretty good 3-2 pitches. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Gregoire grounds one in the hole. Raven will charge, make the play with ease. With 2 outs here in the ninth inning, it's going to take a 2-out rally to plate the winning run for Bristol. Tyler Roberts now batting for your hometown Bristol Blues with 2 outs here in the ninth. First one to score is going to take this ball game. No runs through 8.5. 6 hits for Worcester, 3 for the Blues. Roberts swings and lifts this one in the air to right field. Charging hard will be Joe Keiko, and he will make the play on the sinking line drive. We're off to extras here at Muzzy Field. Bristol Blues, Worcester Bravehearts tied up 0-0. Krieger has to go through the top of the order here in the 10th inning as he's out to face Tommy Walraven. 1 ball and no strikes, and the bunt laid down. Right back to the pitcher. Krieger will field and make the play. PFPs, good work there by Michael Krieger. 1 up and 1 down in the 10th. Batter now for Worcester, the second baseman, Rafi Borngal. Check swing on the changeup. Did not go too far. Missing low, 1-0. Krieger working the third base side of the rubber, rocks back into the motion. It's a fastball that misses low again, 2-0. Blues stay the same defensively all ball game as we find ourselves in the 10th inning. The 2-0 pitch is a foul ball out of play into the Mazine outside of Muzzy Field. 2 balls and a strike. Chauvin at third, Roberts at short, Conti at second, and Kendrick at first. Ground ball to Roberts. He will field. Up with it he goes. 2 up, 2 down here in the 10th. Blues and Bravehearts still in search of their first run of the ballgame. A pitcher's duel, to say the least. It looked like the Blues were going to flinch in the 8th inning. Bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Then Michael Krieger came on and slammed the door shut on the Worcester offense with 2 strikeouts. He's continued his dominance into the 10th inning as he's ahead 0-1 on John Friday. It may be Thursday right now, but at this pace of both offensive teams, this ballgame might finish up on Friday, and that'll give John Friday a better shot at getting a base hit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm sorry, folks. This humor won't get much better. The 1-2 pitch is a slider that misses a little bit low and a little bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 10th. Two pitch, fastball outside corner. He stood there like a house on the side of the road and watched it go by. That's strike 3, Michael Krieger. Absolutely dominant out of the pen for the Bristol Blues tonight. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Blues with a chance to walk it off. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Bottom of the 10th inning, 8-9-1 due up for Bristol. Pitching change for the Bravehearts. Into the ballgame is number 12, Peter Bovinezzi. Bovinezzi might be the first arm that the Blues are able to get to today, and that would be enough. Bovinezzi's pitched in 4 games. He's gone 6 2/3 innings with a 6.75 ERA. Now that bodes well for this Bristol Blues offense, as they just need to scrape across 1 run here in the 10th to come away with the victory. 1-1 pitch to Chris Villa. It's fouled off behind home plate, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Villa takes a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3. Down goes the Blues catcher. 1 up and 1 down here in the 10th. Now batting the center fielder, Lorenzo Arcuri. Arcuri shows bunt, lifts it up and out of play. Good idea there by Lorenzo Arcuri, just trying to find any way to get on base. Foul ball, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is a slider that bounces in there. It is 1-1. After Arcuri will be the Blues' second baseman, Nick Conti. Two balls and 1 strike. Lorenzo Arcuri stands in the batter's box awaiting the 2-1 pitch. Bovinezzi delivers and lifts this fastball in the air down the right field line. Charging hard is Borngal. He will go back and make the play as he straddles the fair foul line down the first base side. 2 up and 2 down in the 10th. Then Nick Conti will bat with 2 outs. So Conti, the leadoff man today, stands in the bottom of the 10th inning, still a 0-0 ball game. The Blues do have a few weapons on their bench. Worcester used up a big one in Matt Diesel. 1-0 pitch to Conti is a fastball that he's unable to fully connect with. Lifts it up into foul territory. 1-1. Blues do have Logan Green, Christopher Morris, and Brandon Grover on the bench, ready to be used in a pinch-hitting role. There is action in the Bristol Blues bullpen, so I would be shocked to see Mike Krieger go out there for his 4th inning of work. 1-2 pitch to Conti. He swings through that fastball. We head to the 11th here at Muzzy Field. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Still a pitcher's duel and a 0-0 ball game. Back to the action here at Muzzy Field, and Mike Krieger returns to the slab. He will face Cogshow, the DH, here in the top of the 11th inning. Krieger rocking back into the motion and delivering a fastball. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Krieger now hammers in a slider. Way out in front of that one was Cogshow. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The scoreboard is cleared. We're in the 11th, and it didn't matter anyways. There was nothing but zeros up there in the run columns for either side. Ahead in the count, 1-2, Mike Cogshow decides to flip the fastball off the end of the bat and into center field. Base runner for Cogshow, and now a pinch runner as Worcester doing everything in their power to not extend this evening and have another man in the bullpen come in. Pinch runner is number 5, Dante Riccardi. He will be a sophomore next year at Georgetown. Man at the dish, Rothenberg. Shows bunt. Into foul territory it goes. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Matt Rothenberg. And he will show bunt. Looking to get the sacrifice down. He takes a slider. That's called a strike. It's now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Matt Rothenberg. Man at first is Riccardi. He's got a huge lead. Let's see if Krieger attempts a pickoff move. He elects to deliver home. The 0-2 pitch is a slider, and Rothenberg is down on strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 11th. The batter now, Joe Keiko. Runner at first, pickoff move. Do they get him? Oh, a real close play over there at first. Kendrick thought they had him. And the infield umpire says no. He elects that he is safe, and Krieger is going to get back to the set with Keiko in the left-handed batter's box and the runner at first base. Fastball misses outside. Count is 1-0. Keiko came in today's ball game hitting .207, just barely north of the Mendoza line. The 1-0 pitch to the right fielder. Runner is off. Ground ball, it was a hit and run. Swinging at a fastball way beneath the knees, near the shoelaces, as he hits it into foul territory. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got to protect the runner here, especially in the 11th inning with the arm behind the dish of Chris Villa. Already thrown a runner out in this ball game, has Villa had the opportunity to make it 2. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, middle of the infield in double play depth. Chauvin even with the bag here at third. Hard ground ball to Roberts, fields it for 1, throw to first for 2. They got him. That is a double play. Mike Krieger has been absolutely sensational out of the bullpen for the Bristol Blues all season, and especially tonight. Another double play ball. We're in the bottom of the 11th, and the Blues with another shot to walk it off. This is Bristol Blues baseball. We're deadlocked 0-0. Zach Scott leading off the bottom of the 11th for the Bristol Blues. Scott, Chauvin, and Scaffariello. First pitch to Zach is lifted high in the air, deep behind home plate. That's the foul ball. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Mr. Zach Scott, designated hitter tonight for the Blues. He takes this fastball outside, 1-1. Home plate umpires had a wide zone all day today. That one just a little bit too far, 1-1. 1-1 pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Ranging over to his left is the center fielder, Mercandante. He will make the play. 1 up and 1 down. Austin Chauvin now to bat. 2, 3, 4 due up in this inning for the Blues. However, no one really able to get anything going. Roberts has picked up a knock, and Greg Waz got one. Another one by Liam Scaffarillo, and that really is the 3 hits on the board for the Blues tonight. We're through 10. 1 out here in the bottom of the 11th. Austin Chauvin, the batter, in a 1-1 count. Chauvin gets hit by a pitch with an out here in the inning, and the Blues have a base runner for Liam Scaffariello. Chris Morris now coming into the ballgame as a pinch runner for Austin Chauvin. A lot of wheels on the base paths now for the Blues. Liam Scaffarillo has had a rough night. Struck out 3 times looking, but now he's got an opportunity to be the hero. That's the funny thing about this beautiful game of baseball. You can be the GOAT for 10 innings. And when you get your chance in the 11th, you come up, you make it happen, and you instantaneously turn into the hero and are on the front page of the Bristol Press. Scaff stands in. First pitch swinging. Rips a ground ball into foul ground down the third base line. It is 0-1. Middle of the infield in double play depth. Pinch runner at first is Christopher Morris. Runner is off with the pitch. Throw down to second is in time. They cut down Morris on an attempt to steal. Should be a 1-1 count. And it is, as Morris is cut down attempting to steal second as he replaced Austin Chauvin on the base paths. Scaffarillo batting with a 1-1 count and 2 outs here in the 11th. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scaff looking to end it with 1 swing here. Gets a fastball on the inside corner. Called the strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Deuce is wild in the bottom of the 11th. He gets a shot in the hole. Walraven makes a play deep in the hole, and they get Scaffarillo by a half a step. What a play there by Tommy Walraven. Backhands it in the hole and shows off the cannon. Blues go down in order. In the 11th, we head to the 12th inning. Michael Munson on the bump for the Bristol Blues. Don't look now, it is the 12th inning. Defensive replacements on their way. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Michael Munson on in relief of Mike Krieger. Now batting for the visitors, number 8, who pinch hit for Austin Lone Star late in this ball game, Chad Miller. 1 ball and no strikes here. Miller, the batter, against the new pitcher from Post University, Michael Munson. Miller swings through the fastball there, 1-1. In defensively for the Blues, Christian Budzik, the new third baseman. He replaces Christopher Morris, who pinch ran for Austin Chauvin in the 11th. 2 balls and a strike here. Munson comes set at the Blues, scripted across the chest. Missing low now. It's 3-1. Munson sets, kicks up, flips a fastball past the swinging bat of Miller. 3-2. Full count here. Mike Munson trying to deliver for the Bristol Blues. Fastball misses, low and outside. He lost him. Leadoff walk to Miller. Now the batter is the catcher, Nick Berry. Without a doubt, Berry is going to be attempting to lay down the sacrifice bunt. The Blues will be getting ready to rock to field it to the best of their ability. Berry normally stands at the very back of the right-handed batter's box. He now creeps up and shows the bunt. He takes first pitch low as it skips into the glove of Villa. It is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Man at first. Nobody out here in the 12th. Middle of the infield pinched into double play depth just in case Berry decides to swing away. He shows bunt and the runner is off. Throw into second. Late. It's a stolen base for Chad Miller. Man on second, nobody out. Ryan Kelly could still have the sacrifice bunt sign on. If I'm a manager, I'm thinking about still laying down the bunt, getting a guy on third with less than 2 outs. Doesn't get much better than that. 2 balls, no strikes the count to Berry. Mike Munson on the hill, and the runner at second after the stolen base is Chad Miller. Villa now decides to call time and go out to the mound to have a conversation with the righty from Plainville, Connecticut. Conversation is quick. They just get on the same page about what signal they're going to go with the man on second base. Umpire signals play ball and a 2-0 count. Munson gets ready to work. Comes set, checks second once. Showing bunt is Kelly, and he bunts it into foul territory. 2-1. An absolute pitcher's duel at Muzzy Field. No score through 11 innings. We find ourselves in the 12th. 2-1 count to Ryan Berry. Check that, it's Nick Berry. Sacrifice bunt right back to the pitcher. And Michael Munson nearly throws it away down the first base line, but Nick Conti is able to corral the pill and retire Berry on the sacrifice bunt. Man on third, less than 2 outs for Matt Diesel. Diesel pinch hit for the center fielder, Joe Mercandante. Late in this ball game, he struck out from the right arm of Mike Krieger. And the infield is drawn in for 4 wide ones. Blues throw the first intentional walk pitch away, and Chad Miller crosses the plate to score. An absolute heartbreaker here for the Bristol Blues as they signal for the intentional walk, and Michael Munson just throws it off the backstop, and Worcester gets the first run of the ball game. Here in the 12th inning, base is now clear. Matt Diesel, the batter. The Blues trail 1-0 with 1 out here in the 12th. This one misses outside. It's 2 balls and a strike to the center fielder, Matt Diesel. Diesel swings way late on that fastball, 1-2. Matthew Diesel, the junior at Felician College, stands 5'11", 190 pounds. Now Munson puts a little bit of extra cheese on that fastball. Diesel was tardy on the first 2. This one, he was way late. He goes down swinging. 2 outs here in the 12th. Worcester leads 1-0. Tommy Walraven takes the first pitch fastball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch misses. High in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. That misses low again. Now it's 3-0 to the leadoff man for Worcester, Tommy Walraven. The 3-0 pitch is a fastball. Called the strike on the inner third. Worcester doesn't like it. 3-1. Walraven now calls for time. Steps out of the batter's box, does his best Nomar Garcia Parra impersonation as he fixes his batting gloves up for a 3-1 pitch. He swings at a 3-1 fastball, lifts it out of play. Or does he have room? He does. Andrew Kendrick showing off the wheels. The big boy, the first baseman, travels way up down the first base line into foul territory to make an over-the-head basket grab. But Worcester gets one on the wild pitch by Michael Munson. The Blues need to get one here in the bottom of the 12th inning. This is Bristol Blues baseball, and the Blues trail 1-0. Andrew Kendrick will lead off the bottom of the 12th inning. The Blues trail by 1. Still on the bump is the 6'3" righty from Richmond, Peter Bovinezzi. First pitch misses inside and high. Spinning out of the way is Kendrick. It is 1-0. Kendrick, Gregoire, and Roberts due up in the 12th. Kendrick gets another one inside. He lifts the hands and takes it 2-0. Action in the Worcester bullpen is yet another righty. Looks to be throwing from a 3/4 to side swiper angle. And the 2-0 pitch is a fastball right down Main Street. Kendrick took it, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike for Andrew. Gets an elevated fastball that he obliges. He will swing at it and tick it to the back of the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kendrick now widens the base. A good 2-strike approach here for the first baseman from Springfield, Missouri. Throws the hands at it and lifts it out of play. Count stays 2-2. Number 28, Kendrick, stands in. Swings right through that fastball. Kendrick will go down on strikes. And now batting for the Bristol Blues, number 31, Frankie Gregoire. Frankie, first pitch swinging at that fastball, lifts it up and out of play. 0-1. So Peter Bovenese has struggled early on in this season with a 6.75 ERA. But he's changed his tune tonight, coming out of the bullpen and really doing some damage against this Bristol Blues offense. Bristol with 3 hits through 11 1/3. The bats are silent at Muzzy Field. They are for Worcester as well. Only 7 hits through 12 innings, but they have plated 1 run, and they have a 1-0 advantage really late in this game. Gregoire gets an 0-2 pitch that he hammers to left field. Matt Diesel will come over and field it and throw it in. Runner at first. 1 out for Tyler Roberts. On deck for the Blues, looking to pinch hit, is Brandon Grover. Grover will be a sophomore next year at Bentley University in Boston, Massachusetts. Frankie gets his lead at first, and Roberts takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Tyler Roberts. Bovenese comes set and utilizes a slide step as this one skips in there. Backhanding it is Nick Berry. Pretty good play behind the dish there by the catcher from UMass Lowell, Nick Berry. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the 12th. Gregoire extends a secondary, and it's a cue shot off the end of the bat. Making a sliding play there is the first baseman Rothenberg. But Frankie Gregoire is able to advance to second base. It's going to take a 2-hit to the 13th. Brandon Grover does have one of 2 home runs at Muzzy Field by the Bristol Blues this season. If he does it here, that's a walk-off, and this place will erupt. Blues trail 1-0. Bottom of the 12th inning, and the mound visit from the pitching coach of the Bravehearts is now done. Peter Bovenese, the Lunenburg, Mass native, is ready to go in battle with number 32, Brandon Grover. On deck for the Blues is number 29, Lorenzo Arcuri. Also getting loose is Logan Green, a potential pinch hit candidate. Man on second is Gregoire, and now Nick Berry comes out to have a conversation with the pitcher. So 2 mound visits in a matter of 30 seconds. First by the pitching coach, this one now by the signal caller, the catcher Nick Berry. Frankie Gregoire gets a big lead off over there at second base. He'll be off with the crack of the bat, looking to knot this ball game up at once. First pitch swinging is Grover. Lifts it high up and out of play. 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch to Grover. Fastball dots the inside corner. Good pitch there by Bovenese. It's 0-2. The Blues are down to their last strike here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Grover just looking to make contact and force Worcester to make a play on the ball. Grover waits, an 0-2 pitch. Takes outside, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch to Brandon Grover on its way after Bovenese comes set. Gregoire with a huge lead at second. And he shoots a ground ball back up the middle. Rounding third, heading home is Frankie Gregoire. And this ball game is all tied up at once. Worcester gets one in the 12th in the Blues with a counterpunch. Brandon Grover down in the count 1-2. Throws the hands at it. And boom, a line shot to center field. Gregoire scores. It's 1-1. The Blues tie it up late in this one. Lorenzo Arcuri now the batter. This Bristol Blues team will just not die. 2 walk-offs early on in this season, and now they trail 1-0 in the 12th inning. They give it all they got, and they plate one. Lorenzo Arcuri now to bat for Bristol in the 12th with Brandon Grover at first. Arcuri steps out, looks for the signs. Let's see if they send Brandon Grover to really try to force the issue. Grover is not off, but Arcuri lifts one in the air to right field. Charging hard is Keiko. Will he get there? He will get there in time to make the play. We go now to the top of the 13th at Muzzy Field. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Top of the 13th inning. A dandy at Muzzy Field. Both sides get a run in the 12th. And Hunter Sutherland comes on as a defensive replacement in the 13th. Munson back on the hill. First pitch from Mike. Misses low and outside. 1-0. Number 3. Nope, check that. Number 31, Rafi Borngal, the batter for the Bravehearts. 2, 3, 4 due up for Worcester here in the top of the 13th inning. So the Blues are down 1-0, and Frankie Gregoire gets a single. Then they go down to their last strike with Gregoire at second base. Down in the count was Brandon Grover, 1-2. He flips a line shot to center field that plates a run. And this one's tied up. Borngal checks his swing, but the home plate umpire says, yes, sir, went too far. Another strikeout for this Bristol Blues pitching staff, and now John Friday batting for Worcester. Fastball right at the knees on the outside corner. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Friday. He lunges at this fastball, throws everything he has in it, and now he's down in the count 0-2. I made a joke earlier on in the ball game saying at this rate, John Friday might get a shot to hit on his day, which would be tomorrow, Friday. And the later we get, the more serious I might be coming. Friday gets a fastball, swings at it. The bat looks like Swiss cheese. It goes right through it. Down on strikes he goes. 2 outs in the 13th. pinch hitter now for Worcester. It is the former pinch runner. Not sure why the home plate umpire signaled as if it was a pinch hitter, Dante Riccardi. Munson finding his groove here. Fastball outside corner up at the right arm goes the home plate umpire. It is 0-1. Munson back at it. 0-2. He's ahead of Dante Riccardi. The Blues fans are on their feet urging on this Bristol Blues team to get back into the dugout and break out the sticks. The 0-2 pitch is a foul ball behind the dish. Count stays 0-2. Munson kicks up. Hums a fastball that's hitting the hole. Roberts fields strong throw across the diamond. He makes it. No, they say Kendrick is pulled off the bag. I'm not sure if they're going to go hit or air on that one. Tough play in the hole by Tyler Roberts. Unable to keep his foot on the bag was Andrew Kendrick. Now batting for Worcester as they give Roberts an air on that one, Matt Rothenberg. So Munson working from the stretch now with a man on first and 2 outs in the 13th. Rothenberg, first pitch swinging. He struggled late in this ball game. A pair of strikeouts really hindering Worcester's opportunities at plating a couple more runs. First pitch, foul ball, leaves the count at 0-1. Gregoire in left. Arcuri in center, and Scaffarillo, the right fielders for the Blues. This one shot to right. Scaffarillo will come in, field it, and advancing 90 feet are both base runners. Matt Rothenberg with a base hit to right field brings up the left-handed hitting right fielder, Joe Keiko. Two men on, 2 outs for Keiko. Playing him to go the other way is this Bristol Blues defensive alignment. First pitch was a fastball. It missed outside 1-0. The ball and no strikes as Keiko puts everything he's got into that one. Lifts it high in the air, deep, way behind home plate. That one will get over to the church across the road. 1-1. Munson now delivers yet another fastball. Steady diet of fastballs being shown today by Michael Munson, and the count is 2-1. On the infield for the Blues, Kendrick at first, Conti at second. Tyler Roberts, the shortstop, and Christian Budzik, the defensive replacement for Austin Chauvin, at third. Two balls and 2 strikes. The count to Joe Keiko. The righty from Post University, Michael Munson, sets a slider. Doesn't fool Keiko, and the count stays the same, 2-2. We are in the top of the 13th inning. Worcester has 2 men on with 2 outs. Tied up 1-1. Fly ball, shallow center field. Will anyone be able to make a play on it? Arcuri charges hard and does. Worcester threatens in the 13th but does not score. Blues with an opportunity to get another one and send the fans home happy in the bottom of the 13th. This is Bristol Blues baseball. Bottom of the 13th here in Bristol, Connecticut. And Nick Conti, the batter for the Blues. First pitch swinging, line shot, left field. That ball will get down in front of the center fielder. Leadoff base hit for Conti. And the Blues have something working in the bottom of the 13th early on. Conti, Scott, and Budzik, the batters, due up for Bristol. Manager Pat Riley decides to elect to call time and speak with Zach Scott about potentially laying down a sacrifice bunt or lacing a shot down the right field line. With the amount of ability in the left-handed bat of Zach Scott, I'm a little bit intrigued to see if they have him lay down the sacrifice bunt. It is the right baseball play, but we'll see what the Blues elect to do. Scott swinging all the way, takes this fastball outside, 1-0. Middle of the infield in double play depth, Walraven and Born-Gall for the Bravehearts. Runner at first is Conti. Pickoff move to first, nothing doing. Conti back in safely. 1 ball and no strikes to the Blues designated hitter, number 2, Zach Scott. Scott takes a 1-0 pitch, misses low and outside. It's now 2-0. Zach Scott looking to box one up and put a good swing on it. Two balls and no strikes. Scott takes a fastball that he doesn't like outside, 2-1. 2-1, now I would expect to see the bunt being thrown down by manager Pat Riley. Waited to get a strike on him. It has now happened, and the count is 2-1. Scott now launches back and swings through a fastball. It's 2-2. No bunt shown at all by Zach Scott. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Conti the runner at first. Scott widens the base and swings through that fastball. Zach Scott goes down swinging, 1 out here in the bottom of the 13th. A precarious situation for the Bristol Blues. I thought maybe they would give him the opportunity to lay the bunt down with a strike. They did not. And Zach Scott goes down swinging. Christian Budzik with his first at-bat of the evening with the runner at first. And a hard hit ball. That's a base knock off the bat of Christian Budzik. First at-bat of the ball game, sees his first pitch and rips a hard ground ball that splits the left side. Runners on first and second for Liam Scaffariello. 2 men on, 1 out. Scaff the batter. The kids hanging out in the birthday suite tonight, rip-roaring some Let's Go Blues chants, and they're echoing throughout this 102-year-old stadium. Looks like the manager for Worcester will now come out and potentially make the call to the bullpen. He is greeted with the most delightful of boos from the Bristol Blues faithful. As he elects to go on top of the mound, there still has been no call to the bullpen. He now will give him the handshake. Peter Bovinezzi has had a great night out of the bullpen. However, he is responsible for the runner at second base, which would be the winning run, as this pitching change, as always, is brought to you by Doug Milan's book, Muzzy Field, featured online at Amazon.com. Go give it a look. Check it out and buy it. Doug Milan's piece, Muzzy Field. This is Bristol Blues Baseball. Liam Scaffariello to bat with Conti on second. Budzik at first. 1 out in the bottom of the 13th inning. Danny Barlock out of the bullpen, 6'1" righty from Holy Cross, will face Liam Scaffariello. Conti, the winning run at second base. Scaff sees a first pitch curveball that he waited on, but not enough. Cues it off the end of the bat into foul territory. It is now 0-1. Let's go Blues chants. Raining down on Liam and the rest of the Bristol Blues team. Scaff gets an elevated fastball that he comes up empty on. It's 0-2. Brandon Grover got his big knock down in the count 1-2. Let's see if Scaff can get his down 0-2. He swings through an elevated fastball there, just not Liam's night tonight. Now the batter is Andrew Kendrick with a shot to be the hero. Runners are going to be off with the crack of the bat. Any base hit will plate the speedy leadoff man, Nick Conti. Come on, Andrew. He's first pitch swinging the inside outs one down the first base line. It'll get up and carry him off the fence, 0-1. Righty from Holy Cross, Danny Borlick, he can bring it a little bit of deceptive speed. Scaff was tied up on a fastball, then way late on the elevated one that ended his at-bat. Kendrick was late on that fastball as this one bounces away, and Conti with a phenomenal dirt ball read scampers over to third base, and a wild pitch could end this ball game. What a great dirt ball read there by Nick Conti. He sees the ball in the dirt. Ryan Kelly blocked it, and it stayed in the dirt. It did not skip away too far whatsoever. But Conti, with such a great jump, he's able to get the third safely. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, 1 ball and 1 strike count. And Muzzy Field is rattling with all the noise that the faithful have brought to it tonight. Kendrick swings at a 1-1 fastball, an elevated fastball. Blues have been chasing the high cheese all night. Continues to say the same as Kendrick nicks this one back behind the dish, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Borlick only throwing fastballs right now. He continues the fastball trend. Up in the zone again. Kendrick swings at it. He's lucky to make contact. It stays 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Warlick sets. Kendrick takes this fastball outside. Worcester's dugout is halfway on the field, ready to celebrate the strikeout. And the umpire sends him back in there to wait to see the 2-2. Conti extends his lead at third, and the 2-2 pitch is lifted up in the air, off the light post and back into play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Andrew Kendrick, the batter for the Bristol Blues. Kendrick, the first baseman from Springfield, Missouri, by way of Youngstown State University. Wide base for Kendi. Swings through a fastball. He goes down, and the Blues threaten but do not score in the bottom of the 13th. We head to the 14th inning, and Michael Munson back onto the hill. This is Bristol Blues baseball. We're now in the top of the 14th inning. Michael Munson delivers a first pitch fastball up and out of the zone. 1-0. Munson now comes set, working strictly from the stretch. He will chuck a fastball in there, low, 2-0. This fastball missing again. It's now 3 balls and no strikes to the Worcester Bravehearts batter, number 8, Chad Miller. 3 balls.